My first Pride was in 1997 in Dallas, Texas.
2009 in Toronto.
DC.
San Francisco.
Bulgaria.
I was 15 years old, and my lesbian aunt, my Auntie Gooch, she took me to a Pride festival in Milwaukee to see Joan Jett. And I remember Joan Jett was, I don't know, like 60 years old, in a leather corset and leather pants, singing about like sex and fetish. And I was in this sea of lesbians watching Joan Jett, and that's like the first time I realized that I was more comfortable around gay women. I was like, this is it.
I went with my girlfriend at the time, and I got into full drag, and she was like, something is wrong here.
I think I was like 10 or 11, and I went with my older sisters. I wasn't out yet, so I remember going and being very like afraid. Like I felt like there was like a microscope on me, like if my sisters were observing me to see if like I would be enjoying myself or something.
I saw things that I should have not seen at the young age of 19.
You know when you're at a party and you're like, uh-oh, I don't know if I'm cool enough to be here yet. I felt like, you know, the 8th grader at a high school party.
I don't know what organization it was. It was like the Gay Asians, basically. Their parade section was walking by, and I got so hyped because I'd never seen so many other gay Asian people before that I like was jumping up and down. My glasses fell off into the parade route, and one of the guys like grabbed them and came over and like gave me a big hug and embraced me, and it was just like, I don't know, I was like, oh right, like we're all family.
Coming from Maui, where there were no gay prides there, to walking down Fifth Avenue and just the sheer number of people was eye-opening, but more so the fact that we were strong, that there were so many of us out there living our truth and loving each other, and that was such an exciting moment for me.
I was new to New York City, and all of a sudden I thought, oh my God, there's my community. This is why I came here.
It was overwhelming. I remember that. Layton and I had not been together very long, but it was all the cliches. I mean, it was an amazing sense of being. As you go further along, get older and more cynical, and you can talk about pride and corporate pride and everything else, but there is something about being there and surrounded with the noise and the marchers and just this celebration of queerness that never goes away.
We were in Washington, D.C. marching in the Pride Parade because we were one of the first couples to receive our marriage license once marriage became the law of the land in D.C. This was before the Supreme Court case. So it was so a magical time to actually come out in that way. For my first Pride, to actually participate as one of the people that kind of made the law happen.
I just remember thinking, there are so many queer people, I had no idea, and I feel so great and authentic to be a part of this community. This is who I am, and I'm glad I finally figured it out.